Okay, so hi everyone. This is the very first lecture of IGCSE biology on our YouTube channel. So I'm going to be starting off with the very first chapter and the very first unit. Very simple chapter, nothing too complicated. We've got characteristics and classifications of living organisms. Now, obviously, before watching this lecture, a simple book read is very important. So I hope you guys have done that. So let's just dive right into it. So we're going to be starting off with the characteristics of living organisms. Basically, when you think of living organisms and when scientists were thinking of living organisms, they didn't just spitball, okay, like this is our living organism and it's just we're just doing it based off our intuition, or like it was revealed to us, okay, like we need to put this in the living organisms category. That did not happen. There's a few simple ground rules for any organism to be classified as living, and basically you can memorize them through this mnemonic that a lot of students do use. Mrs. GREN. M stands for movement. Let me just clear that up. M stands for movement. R stands for respiration, extremely crucial. S stands for sensitivity. G stands for growth. The second R stands for reproduction. Very important. E stands for excretion. N stands for nutrition. Super basic, nothing too complicated, you guys. I don't think anyone will really have trouble with this part of the chapter. So we're just going to look into the syllabus outline a bit. Movement is basically an action by an organism or part of an organism. It doesn't have to be that the whole organism is, moving, changing places, changing locations for that to be considered movement. If you guys, even like put your foot down from your chair and, you prop it back up, that's also movement, essentially. So it can be position or place, but, it can be both, but it cannot be neither. It has to be one of them. Right, and then we come to respiration. Super basic at your guys' level. It's just you need to memorize that it's the chemical reactions in the cells that break down nutrient molecules and release energy for metabolism. Metabolism is nothing too complicated as well. If you guys are confused, it's basically just the breakdown, right? It's just that. Sensitivity is the ability to detect and respond to changes in the internal and external environment. So sensitivity is not just that you guys, you get sensitive and someone yells at you. It's not just that. That's the changes in your external environment that overstimulate you guys. But internal environment as well. We have homeostasis going on, and a bunch of things are happening inside our body that constitute as sensitivity. So now we're going to be moving towards growth. Growth is the permanent increase in size and dry mass. So permanent is really important here because take this as an example. You guys are not the same size right now as you guys were when you were a baby. You guys are huge now, hopefully. You guys are tall. You've grown. This is a permanent increase. You cannot just go back, okay, to this little object over here, little being. You cannot go back to that. Very simple. Then we have reproduction, which is a process that makes more of the same kind of organisms. We all know this. Now, reproduction type isn't really essential. It can be self-reproduction, it can be cross-reproduction, whatsoever. Then we have excretion, which is the removal of waste products of metabolism and substances in excess of their requirement. Now, excretion is not to be confused with egestion. Totally different thing. We're talking about excretion. Not all living organisms perform egestion, but all living organisms perform excretion. Extremely important. Don't forget to differentiate between the two if the examiner does try to confuse you guys. Then we have nutrition, which is taking in of materials for energy, growth, and development. Done.